I was, and then I had to go to the bathroom.
While playing Overwatch with your
On the
wave
Steam
bird.
Deck. Steam Deck on the commode.
Left 4 Dead on the commode.
Ooh, Tekken 7. Do I have it for Steam? I was watching a lot of Tekken 7 today. It looked good.
Tekken 7 is a
I
good
was
game.
watching some Tekken 7 tournament. It was incredible. I don't need to own it, though. I could just watch people who are good at it play it, right? Like baseball. I don't need to play baseball. I could just watch people play baseball. It's the same thing, right?
Yet you continue to play baseball.
I did a couple years ago. I was still competitive. I was not a bad baseball player.
Are we live?
Yeah. Should be.
Got the notification.
Oh yeah.
Did we?
There it is.
There it is. It just popped in for me.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, I was going through
As I
all
was
these shovelware that's on the eShop, and we were laughing at all these different games because I mean, there's everything. It looks like a damn Flash website from like 2006, 2007, basically going.
It's a
through
very
it.
specific
It's a bunch
reference.
of like, it looks like a bunch of like mobile type games or Flash.
I was gonna
type
say,
games.
or early iOS gaming type things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it exactly
That
what
weren't
it damn
Doodle
looks like.
Jump, which was a classic. I'll die on that hill.
I mean, I saw AAA Clock on there several times. AAA Clock 2 on there several times.
What is
Ooh,
that?
we
Just
need
like
a
a
sequel for that
digital
one.
clock?
It's a digital clock.
Is that like calculator that I always see mentioned for eShop?
Hey, you can use that in school. It's a legit thing.
Game of the year for school.
But one thing that actually did catch my eye and looked bad and good at the same time was Kiwi.
I bought it.
64.
I own that game. I have it.
You
It was
did?
amazing.
You bought that?
It was like $2 when I bought it.
Yeah, it was. I think around like
Yep.
$1.99. I think that's what it was.
Did you play it?
And yeah, I'm like, that's cheap.
I saw
That's
no,
so
I saw
cheap.
somebody talking about it on
And
Twitter. It's not one of those cash-ins. It's like it's a legit game.
It's a legit
Yeah.
64
Yep.
game, yeah.
Yeah, I watched the video that it has, the little video trailer that it has on the eShop page, and I was like, this looks good. It was almost like a Banjo-Kazooie kind of deal.
That's what they were going for.
Collectathon. So I'm probably gonna buy that. I saw that. I'm like, out of all of these crazy things that are on here, because I mean, there's everything from naughty games to just straight up Flash games, Mario copies. But of everything I saw, I was like, I think I'd actually play that, and it's $2.
Steam, so I keep haunting this Steam list. That's like Great on Deck is their playlist for their content curation or their list or whatever, you know. And like the 9th one down is this super naughty game, and I'm looking at screenshots of it like, oh my god, how is this just out there for anybody to look at? This is extreme. This is not a naughty game. This is like straight up XXX.
Damn.
It's like, there it is. Did y'all see the Mario Kart HBO skit? Saturday Night Live, HBO Mario Kart.
Yeah. Saw it last night.
I did not. I'm gonna have to see that.
Cesar, did you see the steak cutting skit?
Yeah, with Mr. What's Yeah.
Oh, I haven't laughed that hard in a long time. HBO one got me, but the steak cutting skit was there, man.
That was pretty
The whole
good,
table's shaking.
It's relatable. That's the word.
Yeah, it is. That's what did it. And everybody trying to laugh. It's like a Seinfeld sketch. Everybody at the tables trying not to laugh. They're trying to keep a straight face.
Yeah, it's relatable, man. Those are usually the best ones.
I gotta send Brant both of those. All right, we only have one person on Twitch so far.
So,
I see 2 on here. It says 1 on OBS for some reason. None on YouTube.
It's weird.
No Renee messages. Renee, where you at? Somebody check on Renee. Is he okay?
I don't know, man. It might be working.
Renee, where you is?
Usually Renee's on the YouTubes.
He usually is. Brent, have you downloaded Warzone yet? All right,
No,
this is going to be the
not.
Warzone episode, so just get ready. It's time.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, it says I put 40 hours into this week.
I don't think that's accurate, but it feels like it.
That's what it says. I don't know if it's right.
Oh. Delete Overwatch. Delete your Xbox. All right, we're ready to go. I think this number's wrong anyways. The one I see on OBS, it says one person watching.
Oh, yeah.
It's 100%.
Yeah, we're fine. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 244 of the NOFODcast. We are No Outside Food or Drink, the Southeast premier video game podcast. Tonight's news on this glorious February Eve. EA just canceled a new Titanfall. Get them before they're gone. Xbox 360 edition. Wait, where are the Xbox 360s going? The death of Crossfire X. We hardly knew thee. What could the coalition be working on? Question mark. And we have your February PlayStation Plus games. Brant saved us and did not put any of the Xbox Live games with gold in here.
Thank you, Brant.
Ooh, thank you, Brant. I'm one of your hosts, Richard Bergman,
Thank
joined
you.
tonight by Newsmaster, Brant McKee.
What's
And
up?
Lore Master and 5-star weapon shotgun extraordinaire, Cesar Concepcion II.
I've never held a 5-star shotgun.
I've
Thank
had
you,
one
Brant.
and I got murdered with it. Shotguns are garbage. We'll discuss later. That's foreshadowing, people. That's called good storytelling. We'll come back to that.
I know, hopefully Spielberg's taking notes.
What do you mean about Titanfall?
That goes, yeah, you can go that route.
Spielberg's not making.
You can go that route.
Spielberg's not making a new Titanfall, but EA apparently was. EA has reportedly canceled a single-player game codenamed Titanfall Legends. It's so original. Coming off their recent success of whatever that other game is called. Something Legends.
The Legends of the Apex.
Something
This is
Legends,
from
yeah.
Tom Ivan. Hold up. Update. The game was reportedly being planned as a single-player experience for Apex Legends. EA has reportedly canceled a new single-player game set in the Titanfall/Apex Legends universe. According to Bloomberg, the game was in development at EA Studio Respawn Entertainment, where a team of about 50 people were working on it. Codenamed Titanfall Legends, the project was being led by creative director Mohammed... Oh, my page just flaked out.
No.
Mohammed Alavi until he
No.
left the company in January 2022. This news is like coming via Pony Express getting to us. The unannounced... Oh, wait, here's an update. The unannounced Titanfall game, said to be canceled by EA this week, was reportedly being planned as a single-player experience for Apex Legends. All right. Alavi was a senior designer on the Titanfall series and the narrative design director on Apex Legends during an 11-year spell at Respawn. Oh my god, is Respawn 11 years old? Holy shit.
Damn.
No way! They just broke off a Call of Duty, right? 11 years ago? It's fine, I just saw a trailer for the 25th anniversary of Titanic, so everything's fine. It's fine.
It
Everything's
actually
fine.
looks pretty good in 3D.
It did look good in 3D. I'm down with this.
Yeah, it did. Yeah.
Following his departure, it was claimed that Respawn's game was a first-person shooter built around mobility and style that was planned for release by 2025. It's like Buzz Lightyear's philosophy, right? But no, it's falling in style, not mobility and style. I'm flying.
No, that works too.
That's not flying.
Yeah.
That's mobility and style. News of the game's cancellation was reportedly announced internally by EA on Wednesday. At the same time, EA publicly announced the cancellation of Apex Legends Mobile. Here we go. This is the door is opening. Publicly announced the cancellation. Yeah, it's like Resident Evil. You see the door open slowly, and that's all there is.
Oh, the bastard load screens.
Wait, that's what it was? They were disguising the loading screen?
Yeah, that's all I'll see all day long is this guy the disguise of the load screens.
Announced the cancellation of Apex Legends Mobile and Battlefield Mobile, as well as the closure of mobile studio Industrial Toys, and a delay for Star Wars Jedi Survivor. What are we getting from you, EA/Respawn? Staff who are working on the canceled single-player game who can't be repositioned in other teams will be given severance packages and laid off. Bloomberg reported, I have watched the show Severance, brought to you by Apple TV+. Do not do the severance. That, of course, has nothing to do with the economic situation of these people. That's bad news. Would you guys have liked some Titanfall content in your Apex Legends?
Would have been cool.
I know that Titanfall 2 campaign is revered by many. Friend of the show, Charles, was telling me within the past 2 weeks, like, played through Titanfall 2 campaign. It's still amazing. It's incredible. Play it.
It's really good. It's really, really good.
He loves it.
My favorite comment is on here from Primal X Convoy. EA getting it wrong since 1982.
Oh my god, how far back is that? Like, holy crap. It's like pre-Trip Hawkins and everything, right?
Yeah.
Another...
Yeah, this episode is like just nothing but the death of live service games.
What? Brant, what else died?
They're also canceling, what was it,
Knockout
Knockout
right
City?
segue. I thought we were going into the next story.
Knockout City.
The Xbox 360 live service. What do you mean? It was the worst segue.
But also, yes, we're losing games from the Xbox 360.
Those are old games. Who would play those?
Those are old games. Yeah, I don't know who plays those.
We still have an Xbox 360 hooked up specifically. Do you guys?
Oh, no, I actually don't.
Cesar? Okay, so when is the last time you had it hooked up?
Mine's still in the box.
And what was the last game you played? So it's been a while.
Dead Central 3.
Okay, Cesar, it's a very specific title. I respect it.
You asked, I gave. Yeah.
I couldn't tell you. Probably either some Assassin's
one of the
Creed
Call of
game
Duties,
or one of the newest Call of
Duty Ghosts. Did you get Ghosts for 360? Brant, what platform did you buy Ghosts for? It wasn't Wii U.
Not.
We know this.
No. I think. Let's see. Is it still on here? I think I actually might have gotten rid of it, but I know I bought it for PS4.
That was a launch title.
PS4 copy.
Yeah.
It was.
I remember being underwhelmed.
But yes, Microsoft has announced plans to delist various games and associated DLC from the 360 marketplace. I believe it's February 7th, so within a few days of us recording this. Yes, removal will begin February 7th. There was also a report later that came out saying that they were going to
shutter the whole fucking thing. Yeah.
Store, yeah. And then they later came out and said, "Oh no, that was a error."
Still not good though.
But among the games that are being retired
holy shit, this is a long fucking list. And again, just to clarify,
Yes.
this is to purchase it through the Xbox 360 store, right? So if you have a 360,
yes, any of these,
which you're 10 years out from its... Is that the right timetable? Are we okay with this? This has been 10 years. And almost all of these are purchasable on the next platform following that, and there's been a successor since then.
Yeah, these... I believe most of these, if not all of these, are available through like the current Xbox.
So can you
store.
buy them when they're gone on 360? Can you purchase them on the web? Can you get them online?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think
it's
so.
not death. Like, no longer can you get PSP stuff ever or Wii stuff. Wii was the catalyst, right? That was the big.
Oh yeah. So what do we have? Aegis Wing, Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, Assassin's Creed 3, Assassin's Creed 4, Assassin's Creed Liberation HD, Blood of the Werewolf, Blue Dragon, Breakdown. Here we go. Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, Call of Duty Ghosts, Castle Crashers, Cloning Clyde, Counter-Strike Go, Dark Souls, Darksiders 2, Daytona USA.
Not good.
Ugh. Defense Grid.
Eats Chowdown.
I'm
gonna say that's Eats,
Chowdown.
right?
I've never
EETS, like eels eats.
I guess I've not heard of that one. Far Cry 2, Final Fight,
Double Impact.
Double Impact, Iron Brigade, Jeremy McGrath's Off Road, Jet Set Radio, Left 4 Dead 1 and 2, Limbo, Lost Odyssey, Mass Effect 2, Monopoly Deal, Mutant Blobs Attack, N+, what was it? Outpost
Coloki X, which friend of the show
Peggle
Jeremy
2,
was playing 3 days ago.
Yes, I remember that. Phantom Breaker Battlegrounds,
the prequel to PUBG.
Persia.
Which Prince of Persia is that? The remake? The cell shaded one with the claw?
I think so.
Ruse.
RUSE.
I think this is Tom Clancy like strategy game, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sega Vintage Collection, Alex Kidd.
No one will miss that. No one will miss
Kidd.
that. No.
No.
The original
Kill it with
Sega
fire.
mascot.
Oh God, Richard's out there in front of Congress.
I'm Joe Lieberman waving the plastic blue gun. This was Alex Kidd. He was trying to murder our kids with this.
Skate 2, South Park, The Stick of Truth, Spelunky, Splinter Cell, Conviction, Star Wars Battlefront, Star Wars KOTOR 2, The Orange Box, The Raven Episode 1, and The Witcher 2.
I hear that one's decent.
Cancel The
Witcher. Why are we choosing to cancel The Witcher? That's not the one they're remaking. They're remaking the first Witcher, right? They're trying to make that one more approachable. It was like a hardcore PC game.
Quick and point.
All right, that was our U.S. list. Brent, go ahead and read every single one of the UK titles. No.
I'm actually
It's the same
looking
thing.
over it. It looks like
What's
the
the
exact
difference?
same list. It looks like the
I
exact
see nothing.
same. I'm not seeing anything that stands out.
No, Aegis Wing doesn't die in the UK.
Wow, Cesar found that fast. And one of the Assassin's Creed, right? One of those is different? Nope, it's the same ones.
No, same
Why
ones.
did they list the same games twice? Why didn't they say just the same thing minus Aegis Wing?
I don't know. That's so stupid.
Oh, shit. Daytona USA is big on there because I don't think there's any other re-release of that.
And,
Daytona.
they also, out of the 2 games, is Aegis Wing and then not canceling The Witcher 2.
It's not on there. You're right. The Witcher 2 remains in Europe. Move to Europe, the exclusive land of The Witcher 2. You've heard of console exclusives. Now you have continental exclusives. Join us in España for The Witcher Dos.
All you got to do is bring your Xbox on a plane and fly over
I'm
the UK
willing
and
to.
download it from there as you fly over it.
But if you fly it back with the same Xbox, it deletes magically. Yeah, it comes off your Xbox.
Yeah.
Donate your Xbox.
You have to stay in the area.
You have to stay in the same
UK.
county you downloaded the
Play.
game in the Xbox.
Yeah.
Oh.
I love how this article also has to jab at us again, saying Xbox games with gold stopped including 360 games last October.
Did it? I thought it just stopped including games overall.
I didn't know.
I don't know. One of this month's games is For the King, and I saw a lot of people saying this is a great game. Play For the King. Same.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, I have yet to buy or even download the free
I
ones
don't check
anymore.
them.
I don't even keep forgetting.
I glance over the blog post, and then I see that it's something I don't recognize and don't want, and I move along.
I usually, I try to look for it and say, oh, I wonder what it should be, and then I start surfing the web, and then I lose track of what I'm doing.
It's almost like they are... Gasp. They're going to push people to ultimate with how crappy these games with gold are. Like, that's not that was at one point a reason for, I would say it's still a reason for subscribing to PlayStation Plus. And it was once a reason for subscribing to Xbox Gold to get those games, and that is not where they have pivoted to in the least. It is no longer free games with a service. All right, next up, more cancellations. Is this the episode of the cancellations?
Yeah.
This is also from VideoGamesChronicle.com and Andy Robinson. Xbox shooter Crossfire X is being shut down. What? Including its single-player mode. Both multiplayer and solo campaigns will be inaccessible after May.
No.
I'm tired of feeling this, like, we joke about Babylon's Fall, but I have a legit stress about Babylon's Fall because y'all have put some time into it. But I'm tired of feeling like I need to play this before it disappears. It's no longer, man, I should probably get around to playing and completing Illusion of Gaia is where I was thinking. But, like, I could always play that. It's not going to disappear from my shelf. It's not going anywhere, but this was a huge deal with Xbox, like, last summer. Like, it was on all of their shows and everything. What were you going to say, Brent?
After these games shut down, if you got a physical copy, they come to your house and confiscate them.
Do I? Did they make a physical copy of Crossfire? They're not taking my Illusion of Gaia, and I have 2 copies.
But, you know, live services, they're the brand new thing. Everybody loves some live service games.
More on that later. Smilegate and Remedy's Xbox shooter Crossfire X will be shutting down both its multiplayer and single-player modes on May 18th. The pair have announced active immediately. Sales in the store have been halted, and there will be no new content added to the game. Purchases made within the last 14 days.
No, I'm buying it now. It's too late.
Sir, purchases made within the last 14 days will be eligible for a refund. Not now. You're too late. You had 2 weeks of no warning to purchase these things to get refunded, and you failed to take advantage.
I'm setting back my Windows clock here to last year. And
I don't think you should be able to. Surely there's a VM somewhere on a server with this content and the incorrect date. Game owners won't be able to play the single-player campaigns either, which was a Remedy joint, which is crazy. Like, all of their stuff is playable, it seems like, at this point, across at least PC and Xbox. Their whole catalog. It's wild to think that that won't be available. Crossfire X was released exclusively for Series X and S and Xbox One in February 2022. This news is this game's less than a year old, and they're pulling the plug on it. It includes a free-to-play multiplayer mode created by Crossfire's core developer Smilegate, while Alan Wake and Control developer Remedy has created the game's single-player offering. According to Smilegate, it decided to end support for the title because the game was ultimately not where it needed to be. Whose fault is that? The consumer. The removal of Crossfire X single-player modes again highlights the issue of preservation in the games industry, with developers facing challenges to keep their games playable in the future should crucial services such as Xbox Live ever disappear. If you have any interest in that single-player campaign, you must play it before May 18th. It will be gone forever, and no other way to play it. Is it possible to download it on an Xbox and take the Xbox offline and not let it authenticate, or does it need that DRM to fire up?
I think it constantly checks. I think some people have tried that before with Xbox.
Yeah, just like the new game Redfall this week, we learned that it's going to do the same thing. It has to have an online check-in to even
was that
play
for every
the
time it came on? Somewhere Don Matrix like, yes, you bitches. You guys finally got there. It took 10 years. You got there.
Always on Xbox.
If you don't want to play Redfall offline, we have a product for you. It's called Xbox 360.
It's called Left 4 Dead on the 360.
Don't threaten me with a good time, Don Matrick. I'll round up some friends and play Left 4 Dead. Is that System Link? I don't think I have L's in here. No, I have up to GU. I have Guitar Hero. Look and see if that game is System Link. That would be awesome.
System Link.
That's a good ass
8 players.
8 players? How do you get 8 people on System Link?
I don't know if it'll zoom in.
8.
I don't know.
Get 8.
But there's
Xboxes
only 4
together.
heroes. Did they make 4 more?
I don't know.
I want to play
I'll send
8-player
you a
Left 4
picture
Dead
of it,
now. This is way more interesting than Redfall to me.
I mean, I
right?
guess
Cesar smiling.
I guess you have 4 heroes and then 4 infected.
Oh, so it's like a counter-operative thing, like
I don't
Perfect
know.
Dark?
I never did System Link
I've
on
never
Left 4
done
Dead,
System
so I'm
Link
not
on
sure.
Yeah,
no.
I've never.
I tested
done that
360
either.
System Link with all my 360s to see if Halo 3 would work.
Did it?
Yeah, ridiculously so. Friend of the show, Russell and I were theoretically hooking up a Halo 3 LAN to see if it would work. And it did so.
There is, at least, it doesn't say it on the box anywhere. There's no system link on the Left 4 Dead 2.
The inferior Left 4 Dead. Someone left that one for dead.
I don't know. Left 4 Dead.
I
Left 4 Dead 2
enjoyed.
has everything. It has all the Left 4 Dead campaigns.
Yeah,
too.
I enjoyed my time with Left 4 Dead 2.
That's like the most complete game. Left 4 Dead 2 had everything.
Cesar,
And the
did we play
crossovers
that
and
one
everything.
online? Or we just played the first one?
I think
So
we
I have
just
yet
played
to
the
play
first
Left 4 Dead 2.
one. Mm-hmm. I mean, we could all be playing on our Steam decks, but two of you are some jerks about it.
Cesar, our laptops will play Left 4 Dead 2 like at max settings.
My PC
So will
will
Brant's
so.
MacBook Pro from 2012.
Yeah.
Easily.
I mean, Left 4 Dead is, in my opinion, better play game on PC.
Left 4 Dead is forever. Left Forever Dead. That'll be the third one. Valve doesn't make 3s though, right?
If you have 1 and 2, it does make 3.
And there's that. Left 4 Dead on the commode. We talked about this before. It's possible. Hold on, guys. I gotta go to the bathroom. Keep playing. I'm gonna keep playing too.
Why would you tell us? Just go to the bathroom.
You don't want me to let you know? I try to let you know.
Absolutely
Like, hey,
not.
this waterfall you're about to hear is me running to the commode real quick.
It'd be more like I'm going to the bathroom just in case you don't hear back from me. Then that way I know to
Lovely
call the
stream.
ambulance to your house. And it's like, yeah, he's
I,
in the bathroom.
interrupt the stream with a very much more important stream.
Oh yeah, we hear it every time.
I've been game streaming since 1989. You kids and your game streams. I was streaming Super Mario Bros. 3 on the NES. Next up, Gears 6. Somebody tell me about this Gears CAs that I have to play with Cesar since we're forever together playing Gears games.
I don't know. It's from VGC from Tom Ivan. Apparently, Gears 6 is reportedly the Coalition's next game after 2 other titles were canceled. It's claimed that the Canadian studio was recently affected by layoffs in Microsoft.
Oh god, Jeff Grubb mentioned this.
Mm-hmm. Coalition has reportedly shifted its full attention to the next entry in the Gears of War series after 2 other games in development at the studio were canceled. During his Game Mess Mornings show on a previous Thursday, Giant Bomb reporter Jeff Grubb claimed Xbox Canadian studio was now full steam ahead on Gear 6. The Coalition said in May 2021 it was preparing a transition to next-gen development using Unreal Engine 5. And shortly thereafter, the LinkedIn profile, one of the studio's level designers claimed that they've been working on a new IP.
Coalition is just Gears though, right? Just like 343 is just Halo?
I think before, what was it, Rod Ferguson left, I think they were looking at making something other than Gears.
Instead, Rod Ferguson was looking at making Diablo.
And then just went back to Microsoft. But look, in...
It's like Joseph State, and he's like,
I
finally,
think it
I'm
was-
happy, I'm back with Halo. And they're like, no, go back.
Yeah. Yeah, everybody. Mike Ubero is the same way.
Where did he go? What was his path?
He went to Blizzard. Now he's going back to Microsoft. But
It was like me
But,
being happy I was an
I
EB
think
Games employee, and then GameStop bought us. I was like,
Yeah.
fuck.
they didn't tell you.
Yeah, I came back from vacation to a
vacation.
GameStop sign
But,
outside my store. That still hurts. It
Across
still
the street
hurts.
from another GameStop. Yeah.
They're just laughing at me as I walk in the door. They're like, we told you.
Yeah, I think the Coalition was trying to do like something like with Naughty Dog or Insomniac, where they're trying to get another IP going and swap them between the two. Keep
Have
it
like
fresh.
2 teams working on 2 IPs
But,
and alternate them. That worked out great for
Yeah,
Naughty
that's what it seemed
Dog.
like they're doing. But according, I guess Microsoft's bleeding money in these studios they've been acquiring. So I think we're going to start seeing a lot of this patience they have on here.
Or like when we fire up Call of Duty,
I mean,
we see Sledgehammer, Raven Software, Treyarch. We see all those studios. We're just gonna see that for every Microsoft studio.
I'm excited to see Gear 6 and the 75 studios that helped make this one game. But
who is?
But yeah, I guess it makes sense. I mean, Gear 6 will be the next big name thing that will bring people.
You bring up a good point too. Who is Microsoft's Naughty Dog? Who is that? I want to say it is the Coalition just because of I've liked all of their games, but that doesn't mean they're like universal acclaim.
I'm trying to think of any. I mean, I don't know, man. Turn Studios.
They're not talking about making an HBO version of Forza though. You talking about Turn 10?
I'll watch it though.
I mean, they're making a Gran Turismo series. It wouldn't be that much different, right?
I mean, they made a Need for Speed movie with Aaron Paul, so.
Cesar saying the bar is low for a racing game movies. I'm excited for Gear 6. I love what they did with Gears 5. Brant, did you ever dive into that one much? What's your Gears?
I did not.
What's your Gears barometer?
Y'all talked about it. I want to say the last one I actually played was 3.
Did you finish the story of that one?
And then
okay.
Oh yeah, that one was freaking awesome.
Okay,
I loved that. I remember buying it and then having a friend come over and we jumped in to some split screen campaign and it was a good time.
Is there any chance you got that game at midnight? Because I was at a midnight launch for that game.
I don't know. I don't remember if I actually got that at midnight. I don't think I did. I'm not remembering it.
So you're actually, I would say you're in enviable spot because it picks up. So Coalition did like 343 did, right? They remade the first one. They remade the first Gears, like they remade the first Halo. Yes, and Cesar and I played that in one sitting, and that campaign is incredible. But you don't have to go back through there.
Versus the Bromac.
The Bromac level is a little bit much. And the whole time we first started, we're like, man, this is pretty cool. And then after that, I was like, nah, that's pretty good. They cut that out of the console one. But 4 and 5 are a worthy step up to the first trilogy. And I would say is better than what 343 has done with Halo, especially we're looking back now. It's easy to look back and say it's night and day. They picked it up and ran with it and took it into the future, and 343 has just mishandled left and right. I mean, we have a multiplayer game that we all love. We enjoy it.
Richard, what are you talking about, man? They're working night and day to keep rocket launchers out of your hand.
They are. There's someone specifically designed to keep rocket launchers for me. I won't get rockets. I'll get killed with them, but I won't never get them.
They say, this highway beast guy is
you
on
can't
Halo
play with
again playing.
Let's give you 2
Fiesta
shit plasma pistols.
Make sure he doesn't get rockets now.
2 handguns, 1 charger.
No, I'm literally the only guy in Fiesta that gets the 2 of the same weapon for both weapons. They're specifically, it's like Hunger Games. They're manipulating the game against me.
And this time, let's give him a good weapon. We'll spawn him with the gravity hammer or the sword or something. But spawn him right in front of somebody on the enemy team that has rockets.
And they're 20 feet away, and they can hammer me from that distance, but I can't hammer or sword them from that distance. Yeah, that's fine.
My favorite is when I get a sword and a hammer at the same time, and I'm like, and as I get gunned down from a long distance rifle, I'm like, how much was the?
This is fine. Then you see your body. You got center shotted to get murdered, and then you see a rocket come in and explode your body once you're already dead. It's like, sure, yeah, I'm already dead. That's 2 great weapons. Take my body with my bullshit plasma pistol, whatever this other fucking thing is. I didn't do anything with it. Nobody could. Oh, God bless Fiesta. I'm anxiously awaiting Gear 6. So are we playing through? Are we continuing the tradition?
Yeah, Lord willing.
Brand, if you ever want to get the itch to play through 4 for a stream or something, I'm Absolutely down.
I've got all 1 through 4 sitting on the shelf over here. I know they gave us Gears 5 before, and I've got that loaded onto the system. So at any point, I can just jump into them. So
Could be playing.
4 is so good, and it started off. There's like a bullshit enemy that I was thinking the whole time. I was like, great, they fumbled this. I hate this fucking enemy. I can't stand any of this. I don't understand it. And then they dropped a story bit as to why these things were the way they were, and I was like, damn it. Cesar and I both were like, damn it, that's pretty good. That's not bad. I hate that, but they made us fight these things for so long that it actually makes sense now. We didn't put it together, and the story threw it out there. And then 5 takes everything 4 did great and just expands upon it. I think 5 was my game of the year. The year it came out, I loved that game so much.
Yeah,
God, I remember that game so much. Me and Cesar co-oping that campaign and the shit that we got into in the hijinks, and it was just. And the first-person mode that I glitched into with the teeth, in the cutscene.
Oh God, no.
No. Shit, it was good times. All right, I'm looking forward to the Coalition's, and it's Unreal Engine 5. This is gonna be a showcase. This is gonna be one of those games that people are like, "This is the best-looking graphics on games right now." When is this? Might that be this fall, or is that too hopeful?
No, they just started. Is what they're saying. Yeah, it's like I guess it was brewing, and they were going to do.
Everything's just starting with Xbox. Everything's just starting. And my favorite thing on Xbox now is like everybody's fired, everybody's gone. We got to reboot. This thing sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what did they say now? I think they're saying like those. What was it? Jason Schreier said that like these AAA games are taking 4 or 5 years now. If they started now,
if you were to greenlight a new game right now under PlayStation's banner, it's going to be a PlayStation 6 title, is what the tweet said.
Yes.
That sucks. I hate that. Bring back.
So
is this going to be the generation of the B tier game? Like, are we going to get more of those Plague Tale type titles?
Well, I mean, you got to think about that. How is that shit happening? Where if you start a game right now, a AAA title, that it takes 4 or 5 years when the state of AAA titles is as bad as it is. We've had so many AAA titles come out within the past 3-4 years that they're buggy or incomplete or, broken promises. And, it takes several years to get them to what the actual developers promised to begin with. And, God, I mean, Halo, we talk about it all the time, how Halo Infinite was on the back of the box for the Xbox Series S
and X in 2020.
And they had to delay it, and then we got it, and they were like, oh yeah, by the way, we said co-op campaign, we said Forge, we said, all these things that a Halo's always launched with. They're like, it's gonna.
And we don't have all of them still, and we will never have split screen campaign.
It's been an extra. Yeah, it's been over an extra year, and we still don't have a lot of those things fully implemented.
Is Halo Infinite in the state it's in now better than what Halo 2 was when I sold it as a new 18-year-old? Right, it's not the same thing. But how much was that budget compared to that one?
I know.
$1 billion.
And my thing is always, and I knew.
I mean, when you think about the games, the you don't even have to go back to the 360 or the PS3 era. You can go back to we can go back to the PS2 or the PS1 original, Xbox, GameCube, and stuff like that. When, you didn't necessarily, even if you go back to the Super Nintendo and stuff like that. The way you got an update for a game, those games they worked on them forever. They worked. They might have had a few bugs here and there, and they just re-released the game.
But we got at the same time we got Super Mario Brothers 3 and Super Mario World in the span of like 2 years.
Oh yeah, and yes, I mean everything has changed in
for the better. Is it for the better?
But that's the thing is when you release a AAA game and it's incomplete. And I mean, even Nintendo does it now, where you get a freaking sports title, Mario Golf, Mario Tennis, and all this, and within a few months you'll have a couple characters, and within a year you'll have even more characters and a couple more game modes and a couple more maps
or
and
that
stuff.
Wii Sports port. It took what 9 months to get golf or something, 8 months to get golf, and it shipped with the Wii.
I mean,
it was a launch title.
They just dropped a new Fire Emblem, and before they, the initial release, they were already announcing the DLC they have planned for it. I mean, no game is coming out 100% in the box hardly.
Is this our
anymore.
old men shouting at the sky moment?
I guess so, but it's crazy to think about that. That's what we've come to.
It's not better.
I mean,
it's not better, right?
It's not. I mean, even the latest Dead Space. I mean, it's everybody's absolutely loving.
I've been
that
watching
game,
some. I've been watching some of Cesar's playthrough. It looks incredible.
It looks amazing. I know that they've had some graphical issues on PS5, and they're talking about working on that, and stuff like that is, stuff like that happens. You never 100% know until you get that game out there that you are going to have these little bugs here and there. But yeah, when you release a game and you've got to constantly update it for the next few years, not because it's a live service, but because you said you were going to implement all these things and then you just didn't do it, and now you're going to do it later, and then you're possibly going to charge for this content and this, that, and the other. It's
almost like taking advantage of the infrastructure that's in place, even though you don't have to.
Yeah.
But I want to applaud EA because, Cesar, there's no like DLC or anything for this Dead Space game, right? Like you just you buy the single player campaign. They're not trying to goad you into some direction.
I think you can buy
if you look at
$10 digital upgrade, and it comes with like additional suits that were not originally part of the game. But
it's a cosmetic thing. It's not the EA that people were bitching about like 10 years ago with online passes and all this gatekeeping and other things like that.
So they can get back to GameStop for some games used online pass.
PlayStation did it too. Or PlayStation dove deep into that shit. Yep.
Uncharted 3.
I bought a bunch of Vita games that GameStop was like, don't worry, we got you. We got the $10 code on here. We got you. You don't have to worry about that. Even though it's used, you can still play online. Here's the code. We're going to hook you up, man. I think they did that with Unit 13.
Yeah.
Did you ever play that one, Brant? Was it you were talking about that game with?
I've got it. I haven't.
Is it ad hoc? Is there any way we could play Unit 13 ad hoc? Oh my god, I'd love to get together and play some Unit 13.
I don't see anything about ad hoc on here though.
That wasn't a thing at that point. I've been playing some PSP recently, and I'm sure.
Alone. It says alone or with friends in 2-player co-op.
It was only 2 players? No more than 2? Damn.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna assume, I mean, it says 1 player, but it does say infrastructure players 2 co-op.
Some sort of server, not ad hoc. Hey, another chalk up to the PSP. You can still play ad hoc. Yeah.
Let's fucking go.
Oh god, let's wrap up this news. Somebody read these PlayStation Plus games.
Yeah.
Wrap out the news.
Speaking of PlayStation, some good and some bad here. So first off, the PlayStation monthly games. What is this? The PlayStation Essential tier now. Our games for this month are Evil Dead the game for PS4, PS5, Ollie Ollie World for PS4, PS5, Destiny 2 Beyond Light, that's also PS4, PS5, and Mafia Definitive Edition for PS4.
Are these monthly games on PlayStation Plus, are they always that Essential tier? Okay. So nothing we talk about on the monthly thing is like extra or premium. Okay.
No, not for that.
Mm-mm.
We'll go into extra and premium because they usually wait anyway.
This is the $59.99 a year. This is the one that it's always been.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the base. This is just what used to be vanilla PlayStation Plus. But also we did get some other news about how, what is it, starting May 9th, the PlayStation collection of games
That's
that
right.
you got if you boot up your PS5, that whole collection of library that you got access to is going away.
Which was an instant perk for purchasing a PS5. But now that they've sold,
Oh yeah,
32 million consoles? I
yeah.
don't think they need that little boost of, hey, here's 20 games you can play right off the rip.
Yeah. It says they're selling. They've had a nice quarterly boost, 7.1 million units in the last 3 months. That ended in December.
Yep, and they're running that
But
new
yeah,
ad
they've,
campaign about PlayStation Live and saying it should be getting easier to find a console. I sent you guys a picture 2 days ago. It's the first time I've seen a PS5 in the wild and just walked up on it.
I still have not. Still have not.
I've still yet to go to a store to even look for a PS5. So
So I actually happened to see a PS5, a Series
I've-
S, and a Series X all in the same. And
Wow.
Switch Lite and a Switch OLED and the regular one, the boosted battery one. I saw every console there. I know.
Dang.
Lottery ticket. I know where to find them. Subscribe to
This
NOFODcast.
This also
Hit that like and subscribe. Ring that bell. Make sure you do the Instagram whatever thing, and then we'll tell you where that at Walmart's at.
But they also note how there used to be 20 games, but Persona 5 was removed last May. These games include things like 2018's God of War, Fallout 4, Mortal Kombat, Uncharted 4, Ratchet and Clank, Days Gone, Until Dawn, Detroit Becoming Human, Battlefield 1, Infamous Second Son, Arkham Knight, The Last Guardian, The Last of Us Remastered, Resident Evil 7, Bloodborne, Monster Hunter World, and there's a few other games. And of course, if you've still got access to these, if you have your PS5, you can go in through just like you claim your monthly games. Just add these.
I need to do that.
To your
I think
library.
they've given us most of these as a long-term PlayStation Plus subscriber, but I need to go through and check the same.
Yeah.
And when is that? May something? May 9th. Okay.
May 9th.
So it's
is the
far away,
deadline.
but all of a sudden it's like February 5th, so we're rolling along with 2023 so far.
We're getting there pretty dang
2020-3
quick.
is rolling along. Season 3 of 2020. It's getting better, right? It's better? It's better. It's
Ish.
betterish. That's it.
hopefully this is the season finale.
Is that the right way of
Or
putting it?
series finale.
And the
Or did the
meteor comes
producers like
down.
pull the plug on it?
No, we just finally go to 2021. Everybody's confused. They're like, "Oh, this is 2027," and they're like, "What do you mean? This is 2023?"
Do I want to go back to 2021? No.
No.
I think I'm with you, Brent.
Oh.
Is that it? Is that all the news? That's our PlayStation
That's the
Pluses?
news.
Games played. Let's go. Oh, God. Where do I start? Brant. Do you need a new live service
Yes.
game? Brand is free.
I don't know. Do I? Everything's free.
Not always.
if you know
I'm
where
not
to
talking
look.
about alternate storefronts, Brant. I'm talking about official storefronts. I'm not talking about playing GoldenEye on the new Xenia Emu core on Xbox Series S and X and playing GoldenEye 007 like it was God intended on the 360 build.
Oh yeah, the 360 remake.
It apparently, like, in the past 4 hours, they released a native port for that, and it runs perfectly on the... Yeah, it's time to turn my Series S into an emulation machine. I think I've decided. 'Tis time. Brant, let me tell you about a little game called Call of Duty Warzone. Friend of the show, Russell, and our mutual cousin, Mills, talked us into downloading this. And within the first couple days, I had decided to rope Cesar into downloading this and playing with us too. And it's pretty much taken over my life the past week. I know I haven't talked about it at all on this podcast, but I think I've got 20-ish hours. Does that sound about right, Cesar? I'm like level 37, I think.
Yeah, I'm like 34.
Yep. On Call of Duty Warzone's cross-playing. Lots of rounds of duos with Cesar. Some trios with multitudes of people. Some trio minis, which is my preferred method. Is that yours? Is that your favorite, Cesar?
I don't know, man. It doesn't matter to me. I die either way.
No, we won. So. That's the key point. We won a trio minis. We got a dub on Call of Duty Warzones. OBS is freaking out with Brant for some reason. I don't know why.
He stood up and destroyed everything.
That's what it was. Call of Duty.
Camera's like, he's over here. He's over there.
It just did it.
Follow his face.
My cat
his face.
The cat unplugged the charger. So
the cat unplugged it.
Plugged the computer back in. Yeah.
Yeah, it got you.
Trying to fuck you up.
It got you as I was trying to straighten you out too.
It got me the 15% warning. So
penguins going on. Damn, your MacBook Pro from that long ago has got a good battery on it still.
Yeah.
So, across 20-ish hours, I would say, of Call of Duty Warzone 2.0, I have 1 W, along with Cesar and friend of the show, Russell. There were 4 people left, and we were 3 of the 4, so all of a sudden we knew this person was behind like a sand dune thing, and Russell went across the middle, Cesar went left, I went right, and we proceeded to murder them. It has those hooks of those games. Drop onto an island, find loot. Some pros and cons, because you heard us talk about probably the first 100 episodes we talked about PUBG, right? This is not the strict shooting of PUBG. It's more arcadey style, like Apex. The ping system is not as good as Apex's, which is incredible in my opinion. The movement is probably on par with Apex. The shields and the healing is way better than both of those games, in my opinion. It's a lot simpler. It's easy to tell what tier of weapon you have. You've got like level 1 through 5. So you can quickly glance at the weapon and see if it has all the attachments. You don't have to deal with scopes and stocks and all the crap you have to do with PUBG and Apex sometimes. And it's good. It's one of those. It's a lot of fun. And I'm thinking about it now. I'm like, let's jump. All 3 of us, let's go. Let's see how we can do in the next 30 minutes. It's a lot of fun. There's an item called the gas mask. So all these battle royales are something that like closes in on you and forces the circle, forces everybody into a certain point. And in this one, it's a gas. And they actually have a gas mask item, which allows you to live outside the circle for quite some time. It's very, very beneficial if you were to find a gas mask. It's pretty good, pretty key piece of equipment to have. But I'm in love with it, man. It's my new favorite. I'm digging this game. I'm telling everybody, download Warzone. It's good.
Where you at, Brant?
Brant, come on. You'll enjoy it. Brant, Brant, you are the Call of Duty player out of all of us. I
used to be.
I like some of the campaigns, a little of the multiplayer. Cesar has always liked the campaigns. And you were a multiplayer fiend back in the day.
Campaign for life.
So it's the perfect combination. Brant's have it.
Bury me with Black Ops
Brant's
1.
watching something. It is the perfect combination
of. He's booted up the PS5 and I'm gonna
download it. We're just waiting on friend of the show Renee to download.
So good.
Renee, jump on hotel Wi-Fi, download it.
In front of the show, Dale. Cesar and I were playing the other night, and Dale jumped on. He's like, "Hey guys, what are you playing?" I was like, "Warzone, jump on with us." He's like, "I don't have it downloaded." And then it's that awkward pause of, okay, I guess we'll go back to playing Halo with you since we know you have it. We'd rather play this, but it's fine.
Then get angry.
Yeah, get angry at Halo. Oh, we played like 5 or 6 Fiesta rounds and won one of them. It's like, Jesus.
I don't know. We've been playing Warzone all week. Like, it was a friend of the show, Russell's birthday on like Wednesday, right? We played all like 4 hours that day. Then Friday, then Saturday, then today.
It's the shit. It's really good. And it has I haven't noticed any real trappings with it. Cesar, you bought the Battle Pass. Was that expensive or?
I think it's like $10.
Okay, and it's tied to your
But
Activision ID, which you said works across all platforms.
Yeah, it follows everything. I was okay with that. And it's not like the bullshit Apex one I was talking about with you
On
earlier.
individual consoles, yeah.
Where it's fucking stuck on the ecosystem you buy it on. I'm like, this is bullshit. So
I guess Call of Duty has the muscle to be able to flex that across all those platforms.
that, or it has the backbone in place. According to Apex, they never had the option to have cross progression on there until Sony opened up their borders, basically. So
Really? Are we buying that? I know we're not buying that, but is everybody else buying that?
I don't know. That's the excuse they've been making since like 2019 about why they haven't been able to do cross progression. Like I think somebody had asked them again in October of last year. When I looked online, they're like, "Oh, our system's really old and we're still looking into it." And then it's the whole general like, "Hey, look over here." It's like the what was it the snake oil salesman. Yep. Like, "Oh, look at this oil. This will cure everything."
There's a new hero.
Mystical snake
There's
oil.
a new hero. Learn their lore. Look.
Watch the CG thing. You can't click out of it. You have to watch it. Look. As everybody's in the party waiting for your ass to join, but I was like, I'm watching a video.
Look, it's Winston. You're gonna care about him. Apex Legends 2.0. Super flashy. Shooting is good. Gameplay is incredible. I don't know. This is one of those. It's a lot of fun. The vehicles will insta-kill you, which is bullshit, because the giant ones turn on a dime. I just recently died to one of those, and it was fucking bullshit, and I'm still pissed about it.
It's only you, man. You and Jeremy, the only people I've ever met in my life that got killed by vehicles in that game. So
pissed. That thing had no business running me over. There's no way to get out of the way of them. It's not like you can dash or grapple shot or something like that. That's another thing. As we have been playing this, I've been thinking about a Halo version of this Battle Royale. I know when they were first talking about Infinite, they're like, we're not going to do a BR. The only BR in Halo is the Battle Rifle, right?
Oh.
A Halo Battle Royale would be incredible. Imagine those maps and that the Halo going across you and like the Covenant strongholds and the weapons that you could get and the grapple shot. How much the grapple shot would change. And what are the two other things you get? You can get a grapple shot, you can get the dash. You can get the threat sensor. Like, imagine those in a Battle Royale. It would be incredible. That would be such a rush playing something like that. And they were so, we're not going to. But apparently that codename Tatanka is a BR of some sorts. Even though there's been conflicting reports that it's a single-player add-on, which we've also heard conflicting reports. The Halo Infinite subtitle is officially conflicting reports. It's just a bunch of, we don't know. Call of Duty Warzone 2.0 is incredible. I haven't raved about a Call of Duty game in 16 years. Last one I truly loved was Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. So this is a lot of fun. I'm having so much fun. And
I remember doing the Call of Duty Modern Warfare, I think, because I was at college at the time, and somebody had gotten the beta, and they were passing around keys. So we sat after class and got on the computers and played in class. Yeah, I remember that.
That was that era. It's good. It's very, very good. And it's not assaulting you across the face nonstop about battle passes and add-ons and purchases and things like that. You could.
Oh, the menus are garbage.
The menus suck, asshole. I'm not going to give you the menus an excuse, but that's just trying to coordinate parties across PC and PlayStation and Xbox and everything else. And there's glitches everywhere. Somebody will look a specific way, and all of a sudden on the menu screen, the loading screen, everybody will look the same. They'll all look like that one person. It's very, very weird sometimes.
Or randos from another party, keep seeing and I never see.
We're in trios, and there's a fourth person in the loading room. I'm like, what'd I do wrong? And I look at the thing, it says trios. I'm like, okay, I guess I'll just roll with it. I've done everything I was supposed to do. Oh, what else? I played a little bit more Psychonauts over the last week. I'm on the Milkman conspiracy, which is like this weird. I'm trying to figure. There's all these like drone FBI looking alien characters, and each one in each zone will have a different thing that they say, like, I'm watering the house to make the plants grow. And to get in that area to advance the story or find a new item, you have to find like a watering can. And then Raz will go up to him and be like, I'm watering the plants. And the guy's like, your watering can looks spectacular. Where did you find it? Help us water. And then another thing is, there's like a graveyard, and all of the FBI people are like, I'm a grieving widow. I'm here to grieve the dead and spread the flowers. And Raz is like, my significant other just died. I'm a grieving widow. Here's my flowers. And then they'll let him in, and there's you find something else and move the story along. And it's all told in this disconnected, like each one of these levels inside this level is on like a different plane. So Raz will end up jumping from, like, if you jump straight out this way, you land this way, and then you're on a separate plane going that direction. So the whole axis will shift on you and stuff like that. But it's very intriguing, especially coming off of the kaiju level that I did not really enjoy. This one is much more immersive. I just got the... It's very ironic. This has been one of my roles in life. It's like, we are the sewer workers. We must work in the wastes because the waste can kill you, but we are the sewer workers. So I had to find a sewer worker outfit, which looks nothing like the one I used to wear. And that's where I'm headed next. I think that's towards the end of the level because I've gone through all the grieving widow and the watering can. What was the first one? They're wacky as shit. But everybody responds to these things. And it's almost like there's so much dialogue and so many options scripted into the way this game, I've mentioned before, it doesn't feel like an Xbox game. It feels like something that would come out now, or at least the 360 gen. But there's so much dialogue and there's so much thought put into each interaction with an NPC and the progression and things like that. It's just, it continues to be special. Psychonauts is awesome.
It's an impressive Xbox. Xbox
Hugely.
game.
And it came out on PC and PS2 at the same time. So I don't want to say, like, I'm playing the Xbox version of that, but that'll give you the scope of when it came out. But it's Xbox, PS2, and PC. And I guess it's a DVD-ROM that is taken advantage of, right? But there's so much depth, and I'm not, like Halo was on a DVD-ROM, but you ended up retracing this level and going back through the library and going back through this part of the game. So, and it does not do this, and it's really, really good. Psychonauts is awesome. Also, my kids were looking at Game Pass, and I'm running into an issue where I got to figure out how to put Game Pass on multiple machines in the same household, because now they want to play on my Xbox, and they have an Xbox, but I got to figure out, like, they're not getting their own account, but how do I get them to play my Game Pass subscription while I want to play something else? So I've got to figure that out. If you know, let me know. Write into NOFODcast@gmail.com and let me know. But they are hooked on Moving Out is the name of it. Brand, have you talked about this game? Where you're two movers?
Oh, wait. No. Moving Out, yes. Played it, gosh, couple months ago, I think.
Yeah, you can crash through, you can throw the furniture like through windows and shit and across the pool. So that's
a good game.
And it's drop in and drop out co-op, which I and they both love, because when they get tired of each other, they can quit and go. And when I get tired of dealing with them and them not listening to me, give me the furniture. No, that is how it works, but that's not how it works. You all have to coordinate, and let's say you get a level where it's like, move the person out of this pool house, and there's 16 items you got to move, and there's like some secret things like don't break the windows, or don't use the stairs, or things like that, or move the gnome. There's like one random gnome on the level, and if you get bonus points if you like move the gnome out of there, or an achievement. And we started with 2 of us, and then the third one joined, and it was 3 of us for a while, and then I dropped out, and it was the 2 of them like replaying the levels and stuff like that. But it's a lot of fun. Hijinks ensue as you're trying to get people to coordinate and move the furniture as you want to do it. There's fragile furniture, so it can't be dropped. You have to place it gently, and if you throw it, it doesn't just land. A person has to catch it or it will break. So there's a whole level geared towards, there's a swimming pool blocking off people, so you have to throw the fragile stuff across the swimming pool. Oh. No, we mastered that one. We were great at that one. We did really, really well. It's the other stuff that we get into hijinks with. Like, we ended up with a system of sorts where the 2 of them would bring the items to the truck, and I would pack the truck. So it's like, okay, just get it here, and then I'll organize everything. I'll put the bed in the corner. So, Cesar, have you played Moving Out?
A long time ago.
So you'll probably remember this. You'll get a truck with like a 3x5 moving grid. So it behooves you to push something large and flat, like a bed or a couch or something like that, into a corner and then stack a bunch of shit on top of it. So there's always a game system, so you can throw the game system on top. You can throw the toaster on top. There's always a CRT, which is behind Brant. You can always grab the CRT and throw it behind a TV or a box or on the couch. You could throw that behind there or a box or something like that. So there's a strategy behind it. So we ended up in this rhythm of, all right, let's put the big thing down, and then you guys will start bringing the stuff, and I'll pack it in there. And we had a good time with that. So that's Moving Out. And that is on, I know it's on Game Pass, but I am assuming it's on PlayStation and PC and everything.
Yeah, I think it's on just.
Is it on Switch
now?
That's a good. That's a good Switch party game. But like I was saying, they're perusing because they got into Unpacked a couple weeks ago, and they loved Unpacked. And this is very similar to. There's a bunch of stuff, pack it into a certain space or unpack it. Like it has that same concept behind it. They also scoped out Gang Beasts. They've been playing a lot of Gang Beasts under my profile. And just laughing and having fun. And I'm like, go for it. Oh, specifically, in Moving Out, there's like a mini game you can go to. It's like an arcade section. Oh, the writing in this game is incredible. There is a level called Jerry's Apartment that is literally Jerry Seinfeld's apartment. It's the exact layout. Mm-hmm. There's so much tongue-in-cheek humor behind this. But there's this arcade level, and it's just a challenge, right? It's like a challenge level Super Mario Galaxy or something. And it's these series of ramps, and you have to very precision move across to get to the end of the thing. Like it's a test of sorts. And they got to the point where they weren't even moving the couch, and they were making a game of just like trying to get to the end of it with the two of them racing. And it reminded me so much of my brother and I taking a game and not doing what you were supposed to do in the game, like whether it would be GoldenEye's campaign or something in Super Mario Brothers or something in Perfect Dark. I don't know, some of these games we played together where we would make a game within the game. It wasn't something you were supposed to be doing. It was just something that we decided, like, oh, don't get hit by this, or see how many times you can jump over this thing. And it had nothing to do with what the actual part of the game was. And I watched them do that, and I was like, yep, you guys get it. Y'all, this is your gamers for life now. You get the hook of something random in this that gives you entertainment, and you're just laughing back and forth and that sort of thing. And I think that's a lot of what gaming is about. We spent a lot of time in Warzone getting nice outfits and weapons and dying. So we don't actually play the game. We just do parts of it. So we're still reenacting those small bits of that. Is that it? We played the usual Infinite and Old Man Halo. I don't know that there's anything much to add to that.
Yeah, you killed 24 people.
I did go 24-2 today in Old Man Halo, coming off of Warzone. It's like so Cesar's always like, when we get killed on there, let's go to Halo. We'll feel like gods for a minute. And we went off in Old Man Halo. We felt good for a minute. Oh, you lose Warzone after Warzone after Warzone, and then you go 24-2 in Halo, and you're like, okay, I'm all right. I'm in the right place. I dabbled in some PSP, and I think I was texting both of you guys about random PSP shit. But I've been wanting to play a strategy game ever since we got that deluge of like Diofield Chronicle. Am I saying that right? Diofield Chronicle. We got that. We got Tactics Ogre. And there's been various Final Fantasy Tactics ports. None in the last 10 years, but there were some across like PSP and iOS. And I got to think, it was like, man, I really want to get into a strategy game. I want to try one of these, but I don't want to pay $50, $60 for one of these newer ones. And so I've been dabbling here and there in PSP. I threw in Virtua Tennis to get a couple rounds of Virtua Tennis. I've got where I was getting with that. I've got Final Fantasy Tactics in there currently, but I haven't fired it up fully. I downloaded the iOS one. Apparently, I had it for iPad. If you get Final Fantasy Tactics War of the Lion for iOS, you have to choose between iPad and iPhone. You can't play. They're two separate SKUs. This is before the day of having like the universal SKU for both across both platforms. But you didn't get what's Xbox's term for it? Smart delivery. You didn't get smart delivery on your purchase. You had to buy Final Fantasy Tactics iPad or Final Fantasy Tactics iPhone/iPod Touch. You must have an iPod Touch Generation 4 or more or higher to play Final Fantasy Tactics. So I'm gonna give that a go. I've got Final Fantasy Tactics. I've got Tactics Ogre. I've got Lord of the Rings Tactics, and one more. I think I have the Disgaea for PSP. Field Commander is another one of those. Like, I'm itching to play that Advance Wars, and then I'm looking back. I'm like, I got Field Commander, and I got all the other Advance Wars I could be playing. So I may be talking about some PSP here in the future. It's still such a great platform. They hit so many notes right with the PSP, and with the Vita too. But I feel like it didn't hit like the PSP did. The PSP was so huge when it hit, and everybody I knew had one. And was either using alternate storefronts or using a battery mod to add additional things to it. But it was definitely a big deal at the time. And looking back, like, I'm craving a Steam Deck for some reason, but I think I'm about to shift into handhelds pretty heavy. It's about to be a handheld thing here very soon. But seeing, like, the success of the Switch and seeing the versatility of the Steam Deck and all the emulation things that it can run and stuff, it's like, man, a really solid handheld that's well thought out and well supported and can run a bunch of stuff is a really great tool for everything. You don't have to be confined to this TV or this room and that kind of thing. A handheld is very versatile. Apex Legends on the commode, as we were talking about earlier. But that is the extent of my games played this past week. Took way too long to talk about Warzone. And now here's Cesar talking about Warzone.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to add anything. We've been playing Warzone. I think my AMD thinks I put 10 hours in this week.
Let's get it around tonight. Brent, where's your download at?
I have like an hour and 12 minutes.
All right, you guys have 1 hour or 36 minutes apiece to talk about your games played.
Yeah, for me...
Someone's like, no, not for me. No.
Yeah, for me, majority of this week I spent, because I talked about it last week a little bit, as I did buy a new PC that paying monthly payments on that Richard told me I can donate after I lose rounds of Modern Warfare, and continue to make payments.
And tell the person, tell the person that it got donated to, like, they're gonna be like, "Don't you owe money on this?" Like, and Cesar's like, "Yeah." Cesar's like, "No, you're good.
I got you.
I'll keep paying. You just enjoy it. I can't do anything with this thing.
I didn't deserve it.
I'm not worthy.
I deserve the negative bank account. And you deserve the device with it. I mean, most of everything I played on here is Warzone and Halo Infinite, and it wouldn't let me play Master Chief Collection for whatever reason, because I didn't have
content pack.
Downloaded when I tried to play Richard.
Content pack.
Yeah, whatever the fuck that means. But I mean, I still think Halo Infinite is better on Xbox, because as I told Richard before, when I load up on there, it loads up like a fucking PS2 game, and it sits there for like at least 3 minutes trying to load the level
on PC, right?
Yeah, it's badly optimized.
So weird.
But on Modern Warfare, it runs pretty well. I mean, I've been hitting consistent like 115 frames per second. So whether or not I see all those 115 frames, it doesn't really matter. But that's what the thing tells me.
I mean, we get killed repeatedly in 115 frames.
I just die faster. And a faster refresh. Outside of that,
faster refresh death.
Yeah. Outside of that, I did stream some on our Twitch account, some Dead Space. I'm about halfway through the game. I got to chapter 6 before I jumped on here.
It looks so good. That Dead Space. Dead Space remake looks so good. I'm tempted.
It's just like it's just like I remember. That's why I'm going through it so quickly. It's like I'm just going around. Oh, I can do this and that and that. And I mean, it's a fucking faithful recreation of the original Dead Space. So I mean, if you played it before and you remember it, I mean, you're going through with better graphics is the only thing, and it is a pretty game. It's a very pretty game. I think I'm playing on performance, so
it's not
performance, fidelity.
It's buy one get one half off at Target. Brant, if we split that, it'll be 70 plus 35. It'll be 105. 52 apiece. You interested?
That's if you want to play now. That's it.
No.
You would have to play now to make it worth it, at that price.
You gonna play it right now, Brant?
Maybe. I got something coming in tomorrow, so.
Do tell.
New SpongeBob.
Don't tell.
Got to get on that my
SpongeBob
bullshit.
Did you get the $20 misprice?
3D platform.
Brent, just to clarify, you don't want to go into splitsies on the new Dead Space because the new SpongeBob game's coming in.
No, that's coming
Say
in
the
tomorrow.
quiet.
I'm just
Brent, say
saying
the quiet part out loud for us, please.
Plus something else I started today that I need to play.
Oh shit, that's good stuff. Yeah, I can wait. Yeah, I needed you to be the voice of reason, but I didn't think SpongeBob would be that voice.
The greatest voice of all. But yeah, outside of that, I mean, it plays and looks like the original Dead Space. I mean, you play as Isaac Clarke, and you're going through.
It does not look like the original
Cracker.
Dead Space. It plays like it. It does not look like it. That game looks incredible.
But yeah, you're Isaac Clarke going to a planet cracker who the Ichimaru sends out a distress signal. It did before then they investigate it, and then you go into this whole ordeal about the Church of Unitology, which I keep putting in the Church of Scientology, but I don't want to piss anybody off. But it's like every time I read it, I'm like Church of Scientology, I'm like, oh, Unitology, my bad.
So that's why we're gonna send you to what's the therapy thing? You have to be advised on or something.
That's a lot of that Unitology in there as well. You have to pour lots of money to be initiated, to be advised on certain things and move up the church.
I'm sure they didn't intend it to be.
Any parallel.
I don't know. Church of Scientology, so I'm gonna leave it at that. So you take for what you will.
All aspects of this game are purely fiction, and any coincidences to the real world are strictly coincidence.
There we go.
The works of this game do not reflect the team or the team's thoughts on the world or specifically Scientology. Audits. That's what they call them. Audits.
They find this marker that is worshipped by this Church of Unitology on this planet, and it seems to be doing something to the people on there.
Is it Tom Cruise?
That's as far as you get. Yes, it's the Mummy, but it's like we're almost like the Callisto Protocol is. It's pretty much the same thing like that because there's a marker in that one that's almost doing the exact same thing. So I mean, we know it's the same creator, Dead Space. He borrowed heavily from it. So, but yeah. I mean, outside of that, I should hopefully finish this up shortly, so I can get back to Forspoken because I want to finish that one up too. So, outside of that, I think that's everything I played this week. I can kick the ball back over to Brent, kicking it to Brent, kick the ball back to Brent.
Real quick, how does it compare since you've played them back to back? How does it compare to Callisto Protocol? I know they're very similar. Are they have their own strengths and weaknesses? Like you wouldn't put one above the other, or
I think I mentioned that last time when I compared Callisto Protocol to Dead Space. It's different from the original one. Nothing's changed from the fact. I mean, other than it's a good looking game, but I mean, it doesn't have all those telekinesis things and different abilities and different puzzle features you can do with your powers. It's not in the Callisto Protocol, but I think that was an after fact because that game was as I mentioned last time, was a single player campaign for PUBG, and this change was done late into the development of the game. So nothing's changed in my opinion of that. So.
There you go. Dead Space and lots of Warzone.
Aside from some Halo with you, because we did more of that one flag.
Yeah.
And, some old man Halo. Or no, we tried old man Halo, but couldn't get a game.
That join ops mode, I hope they keep it around. It's really solid. Yeah,
it would be
nice.
A
lot of fun.
Because that game mode is so fun.
They need more variety like that. Like, don't make it the featured thing for 3 weeks. Make that a permanent mode, and keep it in the rotation and add to that. Don't make that come out and then we don't see it for 6 months, and then you bring it back in some sort of reskin of other shit that you've given out to other tiers, and then you call it something else. Like, stop doing that. Stop fucking with people.
Like when they did land grab, and then we can't
do land grab. And that was all part of some seasonal thing for like an armor bit. We didn't care about the armor bit. People were playing land grab.
That was a fun ass game mode. That's all we cared about.
And I hope they keep that join ops around, but it might go the way of land grab.
Aside from the usual Overwatch 2 live service with the family, I did try out the Tribute 64 on the Switch, and try to get into some of those N64 games. It does control a little better. There's still that thing where, like GoldenEye, it still only shoots with the left trigger rather than the right trigger. So I don't know what that was about.
My corded one came in, and I was reading reviews afterward. I haven't messed with it yet, but they're saying there's a way to switch the inputs on it. So there's a way that you can make it. Yeah, you like hit left, yellow C button left 4 times or something like that, and it turns the. It's like the fight stick thing, like X and O input. It'll change those. So is that what you ran into?
Yeah, you can. There's, I think, on the back of that controller, it's got all the macros.
It shows you.
It'll, tell you what it flips. Yeah. But the weird thing I kept having was I'd get into the game menu, and then as soon as I would select a game, the rumble on the damn controller would just go haywire. And I don't know if that's a software issue, if maybe there's an update for that controller, and I just have to go and push an update to it real quick. And
damn you guys, I bought this controller because you were talking about it, Brant.
Well, this is the wireless one. It's not the wired one. So yours will probably
might be okay.
Might be okay. But I mean, literally anything I did, it was the weirdest thing. I would select GoldenEye, and as soon as it would boot into the game, it would just do like this weird pulsing thing. It wouldn't rumble with any of the music or anything, but it would just constantly kind of pulse. And I tried, I threw Mario 64 at it. It did the same thing with that. And every time I press the button to go to the home screen, it would stop. Like it would kick out to the Switch menu and it would stop. But as soon as I'd go back into the game, so I don't know. Like I said, I don't know if there's some kind of software glitch with that or what.
Interesting.
After that, the missus came in, was sitting down as I was kind of like going through some of these games, and putting them on the shelf, and I just popped in Persona 5 Royale and started it because we did watch. There's an animation, Persona 5 animation, and we watched that, and we both enjoyed that. But where it ends is possibly the worst part to end. It ends after doing some research, like nowhere near the actual. It ends at a pivotal twist in the story, and like you're just, when we watch the end, we're like, what the hell was that? Really? Like it's I don't want to say what happens. I don't want to give anything away. But like a pivotal thing happens with the main character, and then it just rolls credits, and we're looking at each other. We're like, what's going on? Like, and we're trying to do all this research. Apparently, they animated some other stuff afterward, but it was like a standalone movie thing, and I can't really find that yet. But
here's the thing, that show's done by Aniplex.
Yeah.
Anything that's listed as an OVA original animation, like the final episode of Kiru Kiru, is not on streaming either. Episode 25, it's only on the Blu-ray. That's the only way you can watch it.
Wow.
So, like, Kiru Kiru, you can't watch the final episode unless you get the Blu-ray, and that's the one when they go back and tell the story of what happens after the original series. There is a anime that they released over here, which they did 7 or 8. I forgot what it is off the top of my head, but they did 7 or 8 more additional episodes as OVAs, which have not been released over here because they've never released the Blu-rays over here, and I can't finish the story. So, Aniplex is really bad about that. So they won't stream it. You have to get those final 2 episodes for Persona 5. They did 2 more episodes outside the original series. You have to buy the Blu-ray box, which is $400.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Holy! I'll be finding some alternate
storefronts
viewing
for your Blu-ray pleasure.
Holy hell.
Jeez.
Because the thing is yeah, we were really enjoying it, and I know you can sink several hours into a playthrough of Persona. And it was weird because I'd already started Royale before, I think on Game Pass, just kind of messing around. And I had noticed, I was like, well, there's this chick that does like ballet who you see like in the very beginning, and she's not in the animation thing and all this, and of course she's one of the characters that's specific to the Royale version of Persona.
Are there a lot of differences between 5 and Royale?
There's a good bit of extra stuff peppered throughout the game, is what
The extra like 20 hours at the end of the game is a different end game.
Oh my gosh.
So I started playing that, and she just sat there and watched me play. And I mean, she's like, okay, so that's exactly like what we watched, and that's this and this, and she was kind of enjoying it. And there's, some stuff, some little story beats and things that you don't get. You get playing the game, but not watching that animation. But yeah, we really enjoyed it, but we're really frustrated the way it ended. So, and she, after I was sat down and had to stop so we could order and go pick up some dinner the other night. But she's like, I might want to play that too at some point if I can't sit and watch you play the whole thing. I was like, yeah, sure, take it if you want to. And other than that, today I've been trying to force myself to play anything that's not
SpongeBob game.
Well, that's not just a feel good game, a game that's like, oh, I always play this. I want to play this.
What is that? What is that for you? Is it a Crash Bandicoot?
It's anything I'm super familiar with. So Crash Bandicoot. It's any of the N64 games. It's my live service games. It's all this other stuff.
There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with crashing back into the feel good games.
I know, but I have all these things, and I talk about so much, and so I thought about Renee and how he bitched about Renee not playing Wind Waker. So I plugged in the Wii U.
Here we go.
Put in Wind Waker HD, and immediately just sitting there and listening to the different renditions of these themes and stuff, I was like, okay, yeah, this game is going to be special.
It's good. It's good. I'm in the Earth
just
Temple.
The over the top animation with Link's face, where he gets those weird faces
and his
stuff.
eyes like looking at stuff on the ground.
These crazy over the top reactions to things. I'm really enjoying.
Is this your first playthrough?
Still very, very. Yeah, I've played around on Onset Island before.
But never played Wind Waker.
But never actually played the game.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
So, started playing it, going through. My sister already got taken by the bird, and I'm set out with the pirates, and I'm on that fortress.
Yeah. Fortress has some bullshit parts to it to me.
Yeah, I'm sneaking around the fortress. I was taking out the dudes on the spotlights and stuff, and went and had lunch with my family, and I haven't had a chance to get back onto it, but I'm definitely going to play that tomorrow, and I guess it sounds like we're going to get into some Warzone tomorrow. So
get past the fortress. I love everything. I don't enjoy the fortress. The fortress is not awful, but I just don't enjoy it. That is such a horrible first level thing. I do not enjoy it. Mm-hmm. I'm just seeing Link get shot out of the cannon.
It feels awkward. And you immediately lose your sword. Like I just got the sword and was, having fun smacking trees around. You beat a couple of bogoblins down, but then you immediately you're thrust into this fortress and you lose your sword immediately, and so now you're having to Metal Gear Solid sneak yourself around and hide in barrels and stuff.
Everything
like your
after
Sly
the
Cooper
fortress is incredible. Yeah, Sly Cooper, same cell shading and everything.
Yep. But already I love the different renditions on the music, and that cell shading animation looks really good. This game shines really nice on the Wii U. I'm playing it with the Pro Controller. You can choose to play with either the gamepad or the Pro Controller. I'm guessing the gamepad, if you play with that, it just has like your menu always on it, and you can it's what it sounds like is you can press and drag and drop stuff to your basically your hotkeys, assign your equipment to those buttons and stuff like that, from there. But I'm playing it with the Pro Controller all the way.
We have
baby.
an episode called The Sale Genre, in which I really dove into this and really dove into Black Flag, Assassin's Creed 4. And I was playing purely Pro Controller. So I don't think you're missing anything on that one. I think that seemed to be in the era of, okay, maybe not everybody wants to use this thing for everything, so it's going to be a cool option, but if you don't want to, you can play perfectly fine with this method. And you'll see people, like the Steam Deck emulated version will be you won't see the two screens. It won't have that screen pad support or gamepad support type thing. They'll just totally dismiss that. It'll be it's just like you're playing it now.
No, I'm enjoying it so far.
It's so good. Get past the fortress. It's so good.
I definitely want to stick with it. Well, thanks to you, I now have a guide as well. It's the GameCube guide, but
it'll do.
And if I need it, I'll look through it.
They didn't change. They added the fast sail, so you can fast sail around places. And I don't think I even picked it up on my playthrough. I didn't find it. I think I was even looking for it, and I didn't find it. And then I think that's it. I think they shortened some of the Triforce quests, but it's not a drastic difference. Your guide is gonna get you through. The majority of the game. Because I don't think they came out with a guide for the Wii U version. Did Twilight Princess?
I'm trying to remember if I saw one.
I don't think Twilight Princess got one either. Yeah, now I need to know, because that might be the only Zelda guides I'm missing. Wind Waker. You're in for a treat. That's SR's favorite Zelda game.
It is my favorite Zelda game.
Yeah. Legend of Zelda Wind Waker HD Prima official strategy guide.
How much is that? I hate to ask.
There's a $15. $45 if you want the collector's hardcover edition.
Brent, since I gave you the GameCube one,
those are bids though.
Since I gave you the GameCube one, I'll happily accept the Wii U one that you'll purchase for both of us and give me one copy.
It's about $40. It looks like. Yeah, $39. The hardcover one is $150. Yeah, it's sitting at about $49, $50, $40 to $50 for just the regular paperback.
Did they make one for Twilight Princess? I hate to ask that one too. Shit.
Let's see.
Because that would be the third version of Twilight Princess. Because I know I have the GameCube one and I have the Wii one. Because they flipped those maps on that one, so they came out with two separate guides when it came out on the Wii and the GameCube. I seriously doubt this one. And you're gonna make me go look at my guides in a minute.
Twilight Princess HD Prima Strategy Guide.
How much is that one?
We're
talking $100 in strategy.
That one's
here.
$44.
Of course.
Ooh, it's a little beat.
The game or the guide?
Ayo.
Beat that game.
This one's it's held together by tape. Never mind. It's got a good thing of masking tape on it.
Renee said,
but it's $24.
Renee said elbow cough. He must have both of these guides.
But yeah, they're out there, man. Those hardcover ones look pretty nice too.
Brent, where's your Warzone download at?
I put the PlayStation into rest mode, so I would assume it's still hovering somewhere around an hour or maybe just under an hour.
Did I play Final Fantasy VII Remake since we talked last? Yes, that was on the last episode. hitting the boxes. Destroying boxes
And
and
the
cones. All right, is that it for you guys? Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us this week, and we will catch you next week. Bye.
See you.
Adios.